All eyes on Doge. Big run up to the moon. Whew. Doge still going up. All eyes on Doge. Still big run up to the moon. Keep going up. Going up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Up, movement in Doge. Dogecoin. Up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Up, movement in Doge. Dogecoin. 42.69. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Hey everybody, Kriss here. Welcome on Thursdays. Everybody holding on? Everybody holding on? Where are the bears? I know the bears are coming. They're going to say, I told you so, Kriss. I told you so. Well, this morning's video, we looked out at the bigger picture and we looked at what was going on. And there are others looking at the same thing. We'll touch on that. But yes, market sentiment is low, particularly on a day today where you can't even have the stock market support us because they took the day off in honor of the passing of former President Jimmy Carter. So no stock trading today. That might have helped. So low volume overnight that we saw, and then further drops in the market. To do what? Of course, take out more leverage. Leverage cuts, continue liquidating. And then right when you think like, okay, this thing is turning around and they're starting to take out shorts, a whole bunch of new leverage positions show up because they want to ride the green candles up. And so the exchanges and market makers say, nope, and they take them out. And then the same thing happens. And you might think, why is Dogecoin doing this? I had this line at 33 cents here. This was support. It's like, why? Yeah, let me get down near the corner. You can see the chart bigger here. Why? Why did it drop below? Why did it go lower? Below 32 cents. And then we were even testing, maybe even dropping below 31. But you see this pattern here, right? You see this dip that we had yesterday. We see the dip this morning, and then we see the further dip this afternoon. Well, look at the Bitcoin chart, guys. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. So for those just saying, oh, Dogecoin sucks, I'm like, okay, does Bitcoin suck too? Because Doge is just following Bitcoin. So we talked last night about this sort of negative sentiment. And then this morning, actually, we heard last night, it was something from about a week ago, actually, that the Department of Justice has paved the way with where the U.S. could sell that Bitcoin in reserves that was on, from the Silk Road from years ago. And that may actually be happening. And so that's bad for Bitcoin. Other economic news, not great, left over from Tuesday. And some are even expecting Friday's unemployment news probably won't be good. Although we know it's fake data. It's all fake data, but that's what we get. But this is Bitcoin's chart from 92 down to 91 and almost all the way down, or 93, 92, and almost down to 91. So again, it's leverage, lots of leverage. Just in the last 1 hour, $20 million on Bitcoin, 13 million on ETH, and even 3 million on Dogecoin in just the last hour. And now we see, even when Dogecoin starts to move up, right, it takes out a short, $102,000 short right here on Dogecoin just happened. So they're all over the place. These degen leverage traders, up, down. I think some of them are even hedging their bets. They're doing both longs and shorts. It's just total manipulation. Yeah, fake, Ron. This is just manipulation, trying to shake you out trying to get you to sell your coins, guys, to shake your conviction. It happens every cycle. It happens every cycle. These pullbacks happen, and they're trying to shake you out. But we have to cover it anyway, because there are some people who are afraid, and there are probably some selling on the big red candles, which really is more the time to buy than the time to sell, but I've gone through that before. So let's tune into our friends over at the Motley Fool. You know them, right? The ones that hate Dogecoin. Oh, they love this. Why is Dogecoin falling today? Dogecoin and other cryptocurrencies have seen valuation pullbacks in the face of macroeconomic risk factors. Should that really concern crypto? I mean, should it really? Crypto is not supposed to be bothered by economic. It's supposed to be really the safe haven against that. But it's investing. It's a risky asset. Traders are going to be traders. They're going to buy. They're going to sell. When things look bad, people sell. And we saw that with the Bitcoin ETFs as well. Heavy selling of the ETFs. So all this thought like these spot ETFs were going to be like this huge amount of Bitcoin that was just going to be bought and tucked away. No, they're trading that. It's just trading up and down, up and down. So we have that. Inflation indicators shouldn't affect crypto. Rising treasury bond yields shouldn't affect crypto. Potential for major new tariffs, which I think is actually a good thing, shouldn't affect crypto. None of it should. Recent comments about Elon Musk. We talked about those the other day. It's FUD. It's not what people just misinterpret it, saying prices are going to go down. And that's not what Elon said. But I get people just, sure, blame it on Elon, right? Like everything else. Just blame it on Elon. But yeah, that's the Motley Fool for you. And of course, then Forbes. We talked about Billy Bambraw the other day and how misinformed he is. Well, he did it again. Time to sell. Time to sell. Serious Bitcoin price crash warning. It's like, what? What? Serious Bitcoin price crash warning. And I'm just like, God, these guys, they're just jumping on the crash bandwagon. And we show it again and again, the pullbacks that happen during bull markets. And this isn't even as bad as we've seen. Even earlier this year, we saw worse than this. But they want to jump on the bandwagon. We have legendary crypto investor Arthur Hayes. He's predicted the Bitcoin price and crypto market will actually crash in late March. Late March. So he's one who kind of thinks that, I think, the bull market is actually going to continue through the end of Q1, the first quarter of 2025. And so you start to say, well, okay, the crash ain't happening yet. So we still have a chance, right? You still have a chance, right? Oh, no, Carl, I'm just telling a story. I'm just getting into it here. I'm not upset. I'm telling a story. It's just funny. The Motley Fool and Forbes are just going to jump on the bandwagon. Crash. Things are bad. Things are bad. Time to sell. But then on Bitcoin, we have Blunts is saying, look, it's starting to look like the 90K sweep is going to happen without a relief bounce in between. So he was calling to 90K, and he said this. The good news is top callers are out in full force again now that we're down near the low. So many calling the top. We've already done it. 108 was the top. Bitcoin's just going to go down from here. The bears. So we got the bears. So are the bears also saying 48-cent Dogecoin was the top for this cycle completely? So Blunt says, look, the downward was expected and predicted, and he had it going down to actually 90K. So far it's dumped all the way to 91. Is there going to be one more, which is going to be the 3, 4, 5 of his 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pattern here before we move up? That's actually looking pretty good from what he predicted when Bitcoin was up at 96. So that's what he was looking at, and it looks like that may be coming true. So Dogecoin sentiment hits a yearly low. Well, this year isn't actually very long, but because last summer, if he's talking about a year, like in 12 months, it was pretty low over the summer. That was bad. Dogecoin dropped below 10 cents, and everybody was like, but this, I don't know. So what's next for Doge? Dogecoin experiencing a sharp slowdown marked by a decline in investor interest and a decrease in activity in social media. That's what happens when things aren't going up and we don't see all the big green candles and all this enthusiastic, everyone's getting rich kind of thing. Of course, you're going to see social media slow down, because most of social media just don't want to talk about the red days. And so we turn our attention to other things, which is okay. That's normal. That's natural. That's living, right? So yes, according to data from sentiment, enthusiasm for Doge reached a historically low level, indicating a gradual loss of market confidence. So drop in sentiment, drop in online discussions. It's a climate of wait and see. And that's kind of what we're stuck with, right? It's a wait and see. How long is this going to go on? We know the degen gamblers are going to continue to do leverage trading. That's a given. We got to learn to live with it. So something's got to happen, right? You would say something's got to change this. It's not just going to keep going lower and lower and lower. That's bear market stuff. Are we really in a bear market? Well, some are calling for the bears. I put that on the thumbnail. It's like that bear is there. Maybe. But if you're feeling bad, right? You're looking at the red charts and you're feeling bad, where the market sentiment has reached a critical point, one of its lowest levels in a year, who do you turn to? Who do you turn to? Well, of course, you turn to a potential rebound. Contrarian, maybe, but we've got Trader Wiz, and we talked about him yesterday. We talked about Wiz saying it looks like that Doge will outperform most other cryptos over the next 6 months. So still very positive. That's nice for Wiz. But then we've got this guy, KrissPax. That's right, we got KrissPax sharing a similar view. On January 8th, he publishes an analysis on X and estimates that the next major movement of Dogecoin is still going to occur in 2025. The current price consolidation mirrors past trends, suggesting a possible market recovery in the medium term. And he actually, they actually did link directly to my post here. And so we showed this yesterday, and it's very simple. Very simple. Just a year ago, green, red, green. And here we are, green, red. Yes, we're in the red here. And then the next will be green. Simple pattern. This is where we are. Next is a major move up in 2025. But other experts go even further and anticipate a significant increase in Doge. So we do have, of course, unpredictable volatility with Doge. As we said, when prices go up, Doge is going to outperform most other cryptos. But when price goes down, Doge is going to drop more than most other cryptos. And that is also happening. But we have the Bitcoinist also. Dogecoin's price movement signals the onset of its final bull run. Because we were comparing, right? We had these charts. We had Trader Tardigrade. I showed his chart this morning, mirroring 2017. Already had a bull run. We're going to get another one. And I'm like, okay, we could see that. So there's Trader Tardigrade. And here he's looking at, compared to previous all-time high, how Dogecoin traded, and then a move up. And we're at that consolidation period now, very similar to 2017. So we showed that. And then Doge's next major rally. Yes, here we go. Despite the drop, it's KrissPax, a crypto expert, highlighting Doge's price action, similar to past trends. And here we are again. So this is what we're faced with. Negative sentiment happening right now. But we look at the Dogecoin chart and we go, Dogecoin's at 31 cents now. And we go to the monthly chart and we say, well, you know what? Even now, it's still in the green. Even at 31 cents, Dogecoin is still in the green for the month of January. We're higher than we were on January 1st, 9 days ago, when we started the new year. It's still in the green, despite all of these pullbacks. Still in the green. I can get rid of my name on here. We don't need that anymore, but yes. Still in the green. But I get it. People are worried. But I want to hear what you guys have to say now while we watch the trading and see whether we're going to take out more shorts going up, or are they going to dump it even lower to take out more longs. So, how you guys doing? Are we hanging in there together, family? Crypto bubbles look bad. It's very red. Yes, very red. I really wish they would not allow this administration to make ridiculous decisions. It is kind of crazy what the Biden administration is doing on the way out. Well, I have 11 more days, guys. 11 more days. We can make it. We can make it. Michael Jackson needs Dogecoin to be $10. Time to fly or to zero. BTC to zero? That's really your name? BTC to zero? Good luck with that. Ignore the FUD, folks. The dips are gifts. Thank you, Aussie. Still time to top up your bags before Trump and Elon take the whole crypto space higher. It's going to be a complete change into how things are done in 11 more days. Are we going to see a run-up in prices before that? I think so. Again, remember from my Dogecoin 2025 price prediction video, I predicted the first week up, the second week down, and then the third week back up. And that is what is playing out. That's what's playing out. Now, what happens on January 20th could be a sell the news event. So we will watch that. What happens on the 17th, 18th, and 19th, leading up to the 20th. Buy the rumor, sell the news. It happens again and again. Is this another one of those events? The anticipation builds. We could see that. It would be nice if we started moving now. And 5 green candles in a row is promising. But then we had that this morning as well. And I thought, wow, Doge's coming up to 33.5. Will it hit 34? Nope. Dumped again. But again, Bitcoin did pretty much the same thing. So again, Doge was just following Bitcoin, but dropped a little bit harder. And that's all it was. This pullback not as scary as the previous, Lou. I agree. It's the sameness. Yep. $1 before March depends on what happens. Post-mundane depends on what happens. Doge will not go to $1 just based on hype and maybe it'll do this and maybe Tesla or maybe X or Elon or whatever. No, not this cycle. We need actual use case. If that happens before March, then Doge could hit $1 before March. Again, my price prediction video had that happening more toward the end of 2025. And I know that's a long time to wait. I'd be lying if I said I'd enjoyed the past few days. Nobody's enjoying it. You feel it. You just look at the charts again. You look at the prices and you're like, oh man, is this going to keep going down? What's going on? I get that. I get it. I feel the same way. But again, it wasn't like it wasn't predicted by me or by Blunts. He predicted the same thing with Bitcoin. And it's playing out. And he thinks there may be one more drop down to 90K in store for Bitcoin. And what I said was what looked to be a double bottom for Dogecoin turned out dropping lower on the second dip, following Bitcoin as millions of dollars of more long leverage has been liquidated. The next green candle up wiped out some new short trades, but we're not clear to completely move up yet. So that's what I said this morning with the second drop, that we were not clear to completely move up yet. And what did Doge do? It dropped a third time. So recovering to 32 cents. Okay. Let's see whether that continues up while we're on the live today. Welcome, everybody. Please hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Always appreciate that support. We try to keep it real on this channel. If anybody is new here, that's what we do. Try and keep it real. But I still am optimistic. We are still in a bull market. This is a pullback. It was predicted by me. It was predicted by Blunts that we would have this in the second week of January. So it's playing out. But next week, I'm predicting back up. It's just, can we start that upward trend now? That's what we're going to be watching. Are these green candles now going to say, okay, enough of the longs. Let's go up and get some of those shorts. That's what I want to do. 27-cent vibes. I know it's FUD news, jonesing, but there are still today people saying that they're actually not even going to sell it on open market. They're going to do some kind of OTC deal. I don't know. I don't know. January 20th, Christian. Could be a wild day, which is why everybody needs here checking in with KrissPax. I'll be on all day. You don't have to be here all day. You can just check in every now and then if you want. But check in at some point in time. Unknown J, this is a sale, guys. K is ordering one utility, please, for Dogecoin. Yeah, I know. One day of losses in crypto. Feels like an entire month. It happens fast, doesn't it? Hey, low roller, how you doing? Yeah, the 2017 bull run, but a little on the front run side. It's happening earlier than what happened in 2017. Because 2016 didn't really have a big run like we had in November of 2024. So that's what Trader Allen was looking at, Trader Tardigrade. He had that pretty clear view of the Doge chart, this one here, where in green, he is comparing 2017 to now. And even though both of those big runs happened in 2017, in this case, that first run happened in November 2024. And that if we follow this same pattern, the second run in 2025 will be the big one, and there'll only be 2 pumps this cycle, not the 3 that happened 2020 into 2021. So that's what he's looking at. And then we go back into a bear market. That's what his fractal shows. Bear market. But of course, he's repeating 2018 and 2019. So he thinks the same will happen 2026, 2027. That could be. But if Doge has real utility, like it integrated onto X, we're not going to see that big pullback. There'll be some, but probably not that big. But even his pullback shows a bottom at around 50 cents. If we get up to $1 or $2, 50 cents is the bottom of the bear market, which is higher than we are today. So that's kind of interesting. That's kind of interesting. March into April will be the bull run, Michael says. Nah, that's kind of what Trader Allen was looking at. It's been pretty dismal. I'm procrastinating on selling, all the while I'm up over 200%. A lot of YouTubers are claiming Doge will go up to $2. And with me, Michael, it all depends on utility, integration, adoption, all of that. If not, just on hype, I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see what happens in 10 days leading up to Inauguration Day. So, and Kevin, I don't know. Is the dip going to keep going? Is the dip going to keep going? Hector thinks he'll be happy with 80 cents. 80-cent Doge would be good. Break the previous all-time high. I think once it got over the previous all-time high, though, it would probably trade into the 90s. Just with the hype of breaking the previous all-time high. Is this the bottom? Salty God. That's what we're seeing. Will it hold? We don't know. For those that were looking to buy tasty dips, though, that was a nice one at 31.4. Yeah, I know. The honest FX predator. Local bottom. Are we in? I think we're still stair-stepping, and the stair-stepping is still looking to go down. But we'll see. Holding got 1,000 to buy up the dip. Shall we ask the 8-ball? Is the bottom in? Is this the last dip, right? Think I should buy now or see if it drops below 30? Ask the 8-ball. So I can only ask the 8-ball yes or no questions. So the yes or no question is Dogecoin going to drop even lower than what we see as the local bottom? Is Dogecoin going to drop lower? Let's see what the 8-ball says. My reply is no. 8-ball says my reply is no. Yes, Doge Runner. That's exactly what the 8-ball said. My reply is no. Well, there you have it. The 8-ball has spoken. A post, I don't follow Near Protocol. We'll talk about Algorand later, okay? Pepe, we'll look at Pepe later too. Sure. We don't know if the government actually sold all of that Bitcoin or not. I haven't seen confirmation of that. So, and what was this? Users' private keys. Since he didn't pay his crypto taxes, the government wants his private keys. Wow. Hey, I tell everybody, pay your taxes. Be honest about it. So, whew. Hey, Dave, thank you. Appreciate it. 25 cents on Pepe? No. No. Huge leverage up. Yes. Big shorts to be wiped out if the price goes up. And we'll be watching that. We can look at the liquidation chart. We can see it, particularly on Bitcoin. All this yellow up here. Huge shorts up here. There's not a lot left down here. I mean, we look at the overall Bitcoin page, and we just see all the leverage that got taken out. And the shorts are huge up here. Absolutely huge. So that's where the price should go next. 96K, exactly. Take out all of this, because look at everything they took out so far. Just huge leverage wiped out. Craziness. Ryan will be with me all day on the 20th. Awesome. Yeah, they could auction it too. I don't know if the government is sophisticated enough to know how to auction Bitcoin. I don't trust them to be able to do that. The US already sold it. Yeah, it's just FUD out there. The news really hit last night. So that's when it came out. Oh, there's always support, Nutty Art. There's always support. 28 support, 22 support. 22 is a little low, though. I don't see that happening. C says 20. You'd love to buy Bitcoin in the high 87, 89. Blunt said maybe touching 90. And then the matrix will reset. Except the government still doesn't want us to win. They don't want us to win. So, yes, when we zoom out on the daily chart, it doesn't look too bad, does it? Yep, not too bad. And remember, we had the support line down here at 30.5. And we're still above 31. So that's what we have on the daily chart. That doesn't look too bad. But not everybody is predicting alt season to end in March. Crypto Rover definitely not showing alt season. Oh, this is his Bitcoin chart compared to gold. But he had the alt chart. I got to go find that from Crypto Rover. Where's his alt? Yeah, this is his alt chart. It's just up. He's just showing huge up for alts. And it goes well beyond March. That might be a little aggressive. Yeah, that might be. Can 50,000 Doge make a millionaire in the next few months? Well, just do the math and what the price would have to be if you have 50,000 Dogecoin. That would be $15? No. $20? Yeah, it's not going to hit that. Yeah, Jesus, exactly. When's Doge going to hit $20? Teodoro, bottoms up. Bottoms up. I thought we had a nice double bottom pattern going, but it hasn't been. Not yet. It's still trending downwards. So, yeah, Joshua, and we do know we're already in a recession. A crypto and stock market crash is inevitable. Well, Trump isn't going to be giving stimulus. They're going to be cutting costs, cutting out bureaucracy, cutting out waste. But at the same time, they're going to be talking tax breaks, reducing taxes, which is bullish when they reduce taxes. So we'll see how that goes again. Yes, Michael Saylor will FOMO again, always buying more. All hail the Magic 8 Ball. Peak and Jasmine, we're good today. Oh no, goodbye. Yeah, buying the dips. Got it. Yes, KP, the 8 Ball. Yeah, I don't think that CME gap is going to fill, Manel. That's too far down. That's what I say. Too far down. I have not found any evidence that the DOJ has actually sold Bitcoin. I have not seen that yet. Doesn't mean it hasn't happened. Some say it happened a week ago, but I haven't seen it. So. Fed will probably sell the Bitcoin to mess with through, as they've done all along. Nelson loves Pepe and Dogecoin. Kilroy says 30 cents is the bottom. But the 8 Ball said it wasn't going to go to 30 cents. 8 Ball said it wasn't going to drop any lower. The 8 Ball, pretty smart. The 8 Ball is pretty smart. Is the 8 Ball wrong? Need to trade it for a cue ball, Ron. So we get a big pump? No, gradual. No big pump yet. The big pump is really what it would take for us to start feeling much better and not have such this low sentiment about things. That'll cheer us up. But we got some crash predictors as well. And I get it. I see it. I'm just not in that group that we're going to have a crypto crash or Timmy's Bitcoin to 80K. No, don't see it. You've been in these cycles since 2017, Tim says, and this one is different. Not really. It's a little forward adjusted. Things happened a little faster this cycle, but I still think it's very, very typical. Very typical to past cycles. You're welcome, Nelson. If BTC goes lower, my thoughts, dominance bottoms out, retail sells, sees alts performing better, so the retail FOMOs into alts. That is what happens. You mentioned real-life use cases for Doge. Do you know any top use cases that we will probably see? Not in the new administration, but Elon Musk can always flip the switch on Tesla or get X payments or X money going and incorporate Dogecoin. Those are the two kind of biggest catalysts that I would see for Doge. Would be those. Yeah, I've been hearing a lot about Pokemon cards, low roller. A lot of Pokemon card stuff going on. Hi, Daniela. How are you? Pacific says no altcoin season. There are some who have said that it's Bitcoin and it's a Bitcoin world, and Bitcoin will continue to dominate the crypto market here between 55 and 60%, say, and we're not going to see that huge altcoin season run, particularly like 2021, because we don't have those stimmy checks coming in, that free money. So there is a narrative that does support that. But we know Dogecoin can go on a run at any time by itself. It doesn't need an altcoin season to run. Thank you, Crazy. Appreciate it. You're not getting shook out. Diamond hands. Dogecoin will go up when your check mark turns gold. I don't know how much longer you have, Jason, on that. Yep. Read the leverage. Yeah, and we thought we kind of had a lot of it taken care of, but I mean, there's still a little more down here, down to like 90, maybe 89, like 89.8. So if it does dip, like Blunt says, and does one quick little flush down to 89.8, you could actually see that happen just to get rid of that last, $70 million there. But look at the big shorts up here now. Hundreds of millions of dollars up here in shorts. I say, come on, exchanges, go after those shorts. Well, it would follow, low roller, if we followed the same timeline. I think we're following the same pattern, but it's forward adjusted. That's what I see happening. It's forward adjusted. Hi, Hamad. How are you? How are things over there in Iran? Hope you're well. Apparently, the wallet with all the BTC still had it all this morning. All right, Tina. I don't go wallet hunting, and I didn't see that, but. Yeah, there's this Doge thing, this Department of Government Efficiency. It's not a coin. It's just a dumb token. Don't fall for it. It's junk. Been holding since 2018, riding the wave to $1. Doge to the moon. Doge to the moon. We still have a lot of positive people here. Doge. I don't follow the pudgy penguins. I don't do NFTs or projects that support NFTs. I still think that's a fad. I know people are making money on it, but the same thing happened in 2021, and then tons of people got wrecked when the whole NFT market collapsed. So, yeah, the whole jobs report thing, again, Melvin, I think that's more a stock market thing than crypto, but yet what we've seen happening is if there's bad data, the crypto market gets artificially dumped. It's not people selling. It's artificially dumped. Total fake shakeout, taking out leverage, and we could see that again tomorrow morning. The 8 ball better have a lawyer. I think he says it's not financial advice. Doge making you panic? Get a Snickers. Hold your knees, go to the corner of your room and cry. I don't think so. I'm still following the 4-year cycles, and I'm still thinking that we have an alt season ahead of us. Crypto Rover thinks the same thing. Yep, Tim, I hope I'm right too. We'll see how it plays out. What can you do but hold, right? You want to sell down here at 31 cents? I don't follow Turbo, Kriss. Your avatar will still have a shiny face. Rents were low in 2017 and consumer debt. People might be tapped out. Yeah, this cycle is definitely different because of the higher inflation now. Cost of living is up higher as well. I don't think we're going to get a lot of the same retail trading going on. Nothing changed. We will go up. We went up when the world was all shut with COVID. I don't see why this time has to be different, except for the not having the stimulus checks. That's the biggest difference. Buy the dip. Wait for Trump. You hold Doge on Coinbase. I don't see the Doge Department of Government Efficiency token. Raul reminds people to like and subscribe. Thanks for the reminder, Raul. A lot of leverage out there, and there's been a lot that has been taken out. So exit points are going to be interesting going forward. I certainly wasn't expecting Doge to be back down in the low 30s like it is. And as my decision dates go closer and closer, I may be taking a more aggressive position at lower price points to minimize my risk, because we still have our goal in mind to buy a house, and I don't want to miss that. So we will see how things go. Exactly, F1. I look at the leverage trading all the time. Lots of longs, dips. Lots of shorts, rips. And I think it's just coiling up to when they turn around and start taking the shorts out up here. And it's not that hard for Bitcoin to do that and just quickly accelerate and take out those shorts up to 99K. It's really not that far away for Bitcoin to get up there. But right now, 91, seeing a red candle. We're not seeing a complete recovery yet. Like I said earlier, we're not out of the woods yet. Good evening, Oz. How are you? Won't be long before the bears start identifying as bulls. Yep. Yeah, John. It's a good question for those that haven't been watching for before. And I've done complete videos about this. So there's a lot more detail involved as opposed to what I'm about to say. But there's a number of things that happen every 4 years. There's the Bitcoin halving. So that really plays into cryptocurrency overall and these 4-year cycles based around the halving. That's every 4 years, there's less Bitcoin coming into the market, which is bullish, right? Reduction in new Bitcoin. There's also the US presidential elections, which most times, particularly when there's a change of leadership, things that people feel more optimistic. We also have a global money supply that has been in 4-year cycles since 2008, when we had the global financial crisis. So that has also been following this 4-year cycle, and Raul Paul talks about that. which is why he has this whole banana zone thesis, which right now, his banana is kind of looking a little warped, right? It started, he had the base of the banana, but we haven't seen the full banana happen yet. I know, boss. January 20th can't come here soon enough. So you're saying in your Coinbase account, you have this token you never bought. Interesting. Interesting. I haven't bought any Dogecoin on Coinbase over the past few months, so I wouldn't know if I had any of it. If they were giving it out for some reason, I wouldn't know. Will the wildfires affect the markets? Not really. It's not the type of event that really shakes the markets. It's not good, but the obvious FUD shaking out the whole lot of people. I agree. I learned a lot about NFTs, and I just said it's too early. And I didn't really like the art either, like all the bored apes and like the pudgy pink. It's like, oh, I want one with a green. I want one with a red. I want one with a winky eye. I want one with this kind of cap or that kind of cap. And I'm just like, that's not me. Not me. Exactly, Bruce. The fires don't help. Prayers to those affected. Caroline, shilling your TEMA token. Thanks for the super chat. Appreciate it. But we looked at the TEMA token when one of your other shilling team members was on a few days ago. But good luck with your token. KuCoin listing coming. I know, that's what you guys always say. Every token has that. This listing is coming, that listing is coming. But good luck. Appreciate the super chat. Portfolios are down. In it for the long run, though. It also depends on your time horizon. What are your investing goals? Things like that. Yep. Yeah, Stefan. Like yesterday, let's get January 20th here. Come on. Does Robinhood and Tesla wallets get audited and reported for quarterly reports? Yes, they do. They do. On Teslas, you'll see their earnings every quarter, called digital assets. It's mostly Bitcoin, but there is some Doge in there as well. We know that. But it doesn't break it out specifically between Bitcoin and Doge. But it is in public every quarter. And Tesla has not sold any of their Bitcoin or Dogecoin for years. Adding more to your bag on the red candles. Buy when there's blood in the street. Does SUI have more potential going forward? Yes, I'm new. I don't think SUI is going to outperform Doge going forward, but long term, this project is great. It's actually been holding up pretty well compared to others from its all-time high here of 536. And that was just on Monday, new all-time high. But it's been holding up well compared to others, like Doge, down a bit more from its yearly high at 48 cents. Not looking great on the daily chart. However, we're still not lower than the zone where we pretty much traded the last week and a half of December. It just took out that little pump we had to begin the new year. Just about completely. We're still a little bit higher than where we started on January 1st. So the month is still slightly in the green. Yeah, we can look at peak, Rowan. A dip to 50 cents. Again, right back to where peak was the last week and a half of December. Very similar to Doge. Very similar to Doge. So is Bitcoin going to drop down to 91 and take out more leverage? That's the question on the table right now. You call this yo-yo season. I can see that. I can see that. Buy the news, sell the rumor. TW. Yeah, that's like buy high and sell low, right? Buy high, sell low. That's the new strategy. Yep, back to architecture. Here we go. I got to slave away longer, right? Slave away. Could have just been a bull trap. Smart money knew a Trump win was going to trigger all the crypto bros into the market. Now they've got tons of people trapped. We got a long ways to go, Giddy. When the exchanges take out the leverages, does that make the total crypto market cap go down? Yes, because prices go down. Just because the price is down. That's all. But we could also be in for a super cycle. Bitcoin may never drop below 90K again. We could have this extended super cycle going on because of all the Bitcoin buying that's going to be going on. While I agree Bitcoin can easily rip up, but conversely, it can drop several thousand. Yep. You're surprised it's low as it is? I was until I saw all the leverage and then what's happening on what was most likely going to be a very low volume trading day because there's no stock market today in the US. So, yep. 91.2 right now is the low today for Bitcoin. It's a moldy banana zone. A lot of Bitcoins are out because of the LA fires. Could be. Some of those wealthy people in the Palisades could have. That's tough. Yeah, the Fed is not going to be buying Dogecoin F1. No. Yeah, that was a big deal when Bonk got listed on Robinhood. It surprised me. It's like they should have Hedera, H-bar there before Bonk, but they were going after the meme tokens so they could just make money on trading. So Bonk got listed. Mark, I'm a YouTube idiot wasting his life. Okay. Hey. It's an opinion. Trump will be the biggest crypto nation. Biden, sell all our Bitcoin. That pretty much sums it up, Adam, right there. Yeah, I don't think Elon's going to be doing a big tweet that will specifically trigger a bull run. But you never know. Not being bearish or bullish here, what's your opinion on the USD index? The USD index. You mean like the DXY? Is that what you're talking about? DXY? I mean, we used to pretty much see an inverse correlation. DXY would go up, Bitcoin would go down. And then conversely, if DXY is going down, Bitcoin is going up. So we could look at this on the 8th, right? This big move up on the DXY, and then you would expect that Doge or Bitcoin would be going down. And it was kind of. Not directly inverse though. January 20th, rocket ship, Mars. Mark, there's a little bit of that going on here, but as well, I will be glad to listen to contrarian views if you back it up with some data and don't just say everything's dropping, because that doesn't really offer anything for the conversation. That's all. Shakeouts, they do happen. We've seen this again and again. And this is no different, in my opinion. But we could also go deeper. And that's what Blunt's was talking about. And we saw it on the leverage chart. We could see 89.8 Bitcoin. Just go down to 90K and then just do one leverage flush just below to 89. And then turns around and goes back up. How's ADA going to do next weekend, Jay? Next weekend. That's pretty specific. But Cardano's below $1. So ouch on that. Back below $1 and even dropped below 90 cents. So 89 cents now. So, I mean, we have to see next week how the whole crypto market responds. And are we going to see a green week going into the weekend? So hard to predict exactly. But getting back over $1 will be key for Cardano, just like Doge getting back over 35 cents will be good. Very similar kind of price action. So we'll be watching for that. I still feel confident about my Doge 2025 prediction. Absolutely. We're only, 9 days into the year? And so far, I've called it pretty well. So if the third week, everything's going up leading into January 20th, I'm still spot on. So not bad. Your bottom target, 30.5. Yeah, and that's what I have on the daily chart for Doge. I have that line right there. That orange dotted line is 30.5. So that was our support from late December. Is Doge going to retouch that or not? Just like is Bitcoin going to come down and hit 89.8? We'll be watching. We'll be watching. Thank you, Crusoe. Appreciate it. I'm hanging in there. Yep. Yeah, for peak, that's a longer term hold. Buying on a dip right below 50 cents is probably pretty good going forward. And then you just sit on it. That's what I'm looking at. Well, I know I've seen your post. Will Doge ever go to $2? So you're saying ever, and ever is a long time. Maybe not this cycle, maybe next cycle. It could still go to dip down to 21 cents and still go to $2. If something huge happens as a catalyst, Doge can do that. I'm not expecting that, but yeah, I know, Michael Jackson. I see you. Thank you, Marcos. I know, isn't it, Raiden? It's funny that consider $90,000 of Bitcoin is low, right? $90,000 of Bitcoin. And we're thinking that could be the bottom. Bonk does, Sonia. And that is the Solana devs use Bonk. So they're going to continue to do things with Bonk. And so that's kind of Bonk's utility, is how the Solana devs use it. You're going to be keeping yours for a long term, Harry? I'm still going to, still planning on selling sometime over the next few months, at least half of it. We got to see how the rest of the market does versus our house price that we're going to buy. Crypto Rover said BlackRock is selling. BlackRock only sells when their ETF holders sell. That's all. So all of those that are buying that IBIT ETF, if one day they decide to just sell instead of buy, then BlackRock will sell Bitcoin. That's all it is. It's not BlackRock themselves saying, we're going to sell Bitcoin today. Fear Paul bought the dip. Instead of being dragged down by traditional markets, we need crypto to decouple. Every once in a while it does that. But we do see many times all of the markets trading together. Good evening, Milkman. Scottie Pippen posted crypto advice with chart. Is it his token that he's shilling? Because he's shilling some ball token. Because I did look at Scottie Pippen the other day on X, and it was all about some new token that he's shilling, and I'm like, I don't want any part of that. Because we've seen that with celebrities, haven't we? I'm just saying. I don't know if there's anything that tracks heat maps in 4-year cycles. I've never seen anything like that. It's a good question. It's a good thing to ask, to see. But I've never seen anything that does that. Someone mentioned Bitcoin reaching resistance level on the monthly last 10 years. Non-logarithmic, 3 major touches. Wow. No, there isn't. Excuse all my lines here. That's for a logarithmic chart. But non-logarithmic, there isn't really a 10-year resistance chart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No. It's just kind of meandering. Something like that. And that's not really a straight resistance, which is why I do a logarithmic curved chart. Oh, I do see where that may come into play. Yeah, but it's not. I see what you're saying. Just on those tops, right? It's close. pretty close. Didn't quite hit it in 2017. But I see what you're saying. You start here. Let's do that in orange. It missed it in 2017. Little short. But if you connect it in 2021, and then again now, sure, you could draw that line. Sorry, it's a little messy because I have all my other stuff in for my big Dogecoin price, Bitcoin price prediction. So I got to keep these other lines here. But yeah, it looks like kind of a straight resistance line for all-time highs. And that would suggest Bitcoin has already hit its all-time high. Maybe somebody's saying that because of this. But then you leave out all the years before 2015 and you just don't count them. Kind of interesting, though. Kind of interesting. Northern Orbit has a dip playlist. Oh my God. Don't let me down. Little Beatles and a little Adele rolling in the deep. That's good. Yeah, 90K might be in the works here for Bitcoin. We're watching it now. There's a bigger list, Orbit. I'm sure there is. Bigger list. And the Titanic as well. Exactly. Yeah, it's just trading, Matt. That's all. It's just patterns in trading that seem to happen. Some of it is coincidence, but Crusoe always buying the dip, selling the rips. I know, houses only get more expensive every cycle. They don't get cheaper. So the trick was between 2022 and 2025 to buy a bunch of crypto because its price will greatly outpace the increase in house prices. And so far, that's looking pretty good. So we're still in it. No, we just taking a little break. But January is still in the green for Dogecoin. So hopefully next week. Exactly. A dump before the pump. Again, I predicted this. First week up, second week down. Here we are. Yeah, I think it would be cool if Nick came in. He's doing some side business or his own personal business, and that's taking all of his time. That, of course, in his workouts. But I like Nick. I think he's funny. He's got a lot of great stories from 2014, Dogecoin in the early days. A lot of great stories. Doge was like candy then. People were just giving it out right and left. Practically worthless. Crazy. Yeah, people were doing that with Bitcoin too, back in like 2010. Giving away Bitcoin for free. Whole Bitcoins, 5 Bitcoins, 10 Bitcoins for free. Just clicking on something or doing something, you just get 10 Bitcoin. That's crazy now. Yeah, I don't know how long the leverage trading has been ticking up over the years, F1, but I don't think it's been this bad. That's just from what I remember from last cycle. We're all in this together. What's popping? Yeah. Portfolio's down. Our KrissPax DCA portfolio has dropped again. It's now down to 41.4, but still starting at 10,000 to still be up over 40,000. I'll take that. That's still a good return, but I want this to get back up to 50. And that's where we had it here back on Tuesday. All the way back on Tuesday. We were at $50,000 in this portfolio on Tuesday. And here we are on Thursday, dropping below 42. So but overall, the portfolio still looks good. It's just on a dip. Yeah, how do they ever go up? Well, if they go up when people start buying a lot. And right now, there's not a lot of buying going on. So we need something. We need a catalyst or something to get people to buy. We need some good news. It's just not going to go up by itself. And so the market makers still control the market, and they can take out the leverage. Yeah, it's Lucy in the sky. We can play Lucy in the sky with diamonds. One of these days, we'll all be hailing Lucy. BTC oversold on the 4-hour. Doesn't surprise me, but that doesn't mean it can't still dip lower. You think we retest 30 cents, D car? I know, Jason. What's going to happen tomorrow? We got this unemployment numbers coming out. Are they going to be faked or are they going to be real? Don't know. And then the weekend following. We need good news. We need big good news. Rob's not waiting until next December. Neither am I. Not for my biggest bag, no. Robinhood has a 3-month chart showing Doge will hit the lower Bollinger Band at 28 cents or 26. When the volume ticks up, those Bollinger Bands get really wide. Yeah, how about that guy? All that Bitcoin for 2 pizzas. He got 2 pizzas. For what, 10,000 Bitcoin? Somebody hit him up on that offer, and many think that was the first transaction of Bitcoin as a currency. Somebody had to start. Bitcoin was practically worthless back then. Nobody knew. ChatGPT predicted a dump mid-January. So did KrissPax. Tax returns. The tax returns actually start coming in like early March. Some get it even quicker, like late February. The people waiting for April are typically the ones who owe, not the ones who are getting returns. Yeah, I sold a little bit of Dogecoin up at 42 cents. That was my first little slice, my first ladder out. And now that 42-cent sale actually looks pretty good. Lucy, I'm home. Yeah, Carlo. Elon needs to feed his Doge. You guys are good. You guys are really good. Yeah, Ardos, you and me both. 11 more days. 11 more days, and we get a new president in the White House. And he's got like 100 executive orders ready to go on day one. It's writing them all up right now. Is inflation going to tick back up again, Elijah? I think it will tick up some, but not like 2022 levels. But it's interesting. They always do year over year. So now you're comparing today's prices with a year ago after big inflation. So the year over year, it's not really true inflation. People are still hurting. Salaries haven't kept up with the price of goods and services. It was people like that guy who bought the pizza that helped give Bitcoin value. Exactly. Because before then, nobody knew what it could be worth. It started it. Yeah, there's a picture of him somewhere with his pizzas that's out there on the internet. I've seen it. No, 35 cents was my initial target back when Doge was around 10 cents. 35 cents was the yellow line that I had, which went all the way back to 2021. But then in November, the price was going up so fast, I didn't sell at 35. I let it run more. And so then it got to 42. And that's when I took that first profit. I do not think we're in a bear market already, Miko. Selling on the next pump. They know that. So they're dragging it out as long as they can. Stalling, profit squeezing. Yeah, there's something to say about that. I mean, they see the same thing on the calendar of Inauguration Day. They know it's coming. So they're going to squeeze out as much as they can before the buying starts. I can see that. I hope Elon doesn't let us down either. Unfortunately, Dogecoin is very much tied with Elon in the long term. And we've covered this before. I've talked about it. Does Dogecoin really need Elon Musk? And for the kinds of numbers we're talking about, yeah, I think so. Giordani, no coulda, woulda, shouldas. Can't use coulda, woulda, shouldas. It's easy to look back and say, I could have done that or should have done that. But at the time, we kind of thought it was going to still go higher. At this falling rate, no capital gains. Well, again, it depends on when you bought in, right? When you bought in. How about the third week? Up, Sonia. Up. Up first week, down second week, up third week. That's what I predicted. Doge. Yeah, Joshua, I have Robinhood Gold. Have you tried the new advanced desktop platform yet? No, I haven't. Haven't had time. Haven't had time. I'll take a look at it, though. We'll be starting with coffee on the January 20th, because I'll be starting probably around 10 in the morning, East Coast time, United States. For some of you, it might already be afternoon or evening time, depending on where you are. But you on the West Coast, you'll just be waking up. I should look at Scottie Pippen. What is he talking about? I'll take a look. If it's his stupid ball token, I'm not interested. See, ball, that's his pinned one. Oh, yeah, he copied this. This is from somebody else. He did not make this. I've seen this before. This is copied. Bear trap. Sure. And he could be right about it too. But I've seen this. I've seen this graphic. Bear trap. Renewed optimism next, then FOMO, then euphoria. Yes, I want that. I'll give Scotty a like on that one. But he's still shilling some ball token. So ball. It's cool that he's into crypto though. I just hope the ball token is a real thing. Andrew, been away a bit. Appreciate it. People use BTC on the dark web all the time. Still do. BTC is used in a lot of transactions. When I was doing domain names, a lot of people would only trade in Bitcoin for domain names. I don't know. We're watching. Watch me fly. You know, you start to see these green candles and Doge going up over 32 cents, and you start to get optimistic. But we've been seeing that for the past day and a half. It starts going up, you feel good, and then it dumps back down. Taking out new leverage trades. And I would be surprised if it did that again. Doge being replaced with the rupee, Kirk. Doge is its own thing. There's nothing like it. Nothing can replace Dogecoin. Absolutely nothing. There's only one Doge. Never be anything like it again. Yeah, remember when we were at 10 cents, Damien? Those dips that were the gift in August, the big gift, even dropped to like $9.95, $9.90. And I was like, this is a gift. I was buying. I know a lot of you guys were. Jason's always buying, so it doesn't matter. Yes, prayers for the West Coast. Agree. That whole Los Angeles situation is a big travesty. Yeah, I can't look out to 2030, Eli. There's no, I mean, I could throw a number out there and just guess at something, and it's not worth anything. There's no data that would support anything to 2030. So, you leave Doge alone for a day and look what it does. I know, Jeremy. Yeah, and that's part of the reason I thought too. Second week, people trying to do some tax thing. You get some kind of immediate buying at the beginning of the new year for crypto, but by the second week, it's like, yeah, dump. What kind of computer setup do I have? I've got two screens going here. I got a camera in the middle. I got my laptop down here. I got some speakers, a couple mice. I got a magic 8-ball. I've got my other goodies over here, all tied to a PC. And the PC has a direct connection, a LAN cable. So that's about it. That's what I got going here. It's not a bad little PC. They make them pretty compact now, and they have a lot of power. Windows keeps asking me to upgrade, and I just keep saying no. No, I don't want to upgrade. Stupid Windows. Just let me be. I like my setup like it is. Just stop. Stop. What coins are people actually using for purchasing everyday goods? No. For the most part, people are treating crypto like stocks and holding. There's a very, very small percentage that are actually transacting with it. Typically, it's on sites like from websites to like trading skins in games. These online sites only deal in Bitcoin. So there's a lot of that going on. Pokemon cards, I heard, are only being traded with Bitcoin. So there's a lot of that goes on. I think with some third-party, not market makers, whatever they're called, right? Whoever puts the deals together, sometimes they'll take a different crypto. A lot of times it's Tether, because there's no fluctuation in the price with Tether. So that gets used a lot. And Doge, of course, has its own place as well. But overall, not really everyday goods, because there's just not enough adoption yet. Still too early. I would be completely surprised, Rhino, if some other meme flipped Dogecoin. Completely surprised. Now, we know Sheeb did that for like a day or two back in 2021 when Sheeb was going crazy. Sheeb did actually flip Dogecoin for a couple days. But then it just dropped off. So it has happened. There's no feeling like crypto. Crapping your pants, puking all over yourself, and then a happy dance. Isn't that something? Good times, bad times, just comes and go. Tugging at your heart, right? Just tugging at it. It's just like, it really gets you. That's why this optimism, when you start seeing like these green candles coming up and you start getting some hope, right? And then you see the red dump happen, and you're just like, again. I know. Okay, CJ says $4. 2030, $4. Yep, Jason, I know. Every day, no matter what the price is. It's actually a really good strategy, and the dedication that you have to continue that is awesome. You buy some on the high, but you buy some on the low too. It all averages out, and in the end, you win. In the end, you win. Sergio, welcome. You just invested some money today into Doge. Can you explain what I should look out for? So we follow the 4-year cycles of crypto trading generally, but Dogecoin we know can go on a run all by itself. A lot of us are really just waiting for like Elon Musk to incorporate it into his X Twitter platform to be used as a digital currency, because we know Elon likes it. So that's something we're looking for maybe to happen, along with another number of other catalysts we talk about that could get a lot of people to come in and buy Dogecoin. So just keep hanging out here, watch my videos, come to the live streams. We'll keep talking about it. Trump has a lot of things going on, BT, but he's not really wanting to acquire Canada, right? This is all leverage for him to be able to negotiate better deals on other things. This is the classic, right? You don't first ask for what you want. No. What you ask for is something totally outlandish, and then you negotiate back to what you want. That's all it is, and he's a master at it. Witty flew home from Disney World vacation. Your neighborhood is full of smoke and ashes from the fires, and you're like 20 minutes south of there. So are you like Orange County? That, like down there, Whitty? That far? Scary times, though, that's for sure. It was predicted. It was absolutely predicted that something like this could happen, and it did. Yeah, don't upgrade. Exactly, St. Clair. I've heard it again and again. Don't upgrade. Especially for what I do, because I do these live streams and I cannot have lapses. I got to have a reliable connection, reliable performance for a live stream. You can't chance it. So I've stripped almost everything off this computer. All of that junk that they throw on there, stripped it all off. And I don't want to upgrade because then it'll all come back again. And I spend enough time stripping it all off. Exactly. Imagine paying California taxes and no firefighters show up. Or not having the water. You got the firefighters, but no water. I haven't invested in a mini fridge yet. This isn't really an adult beverage day today. So popping zombies on a laptop while you're watching the live stream on a phone. Hey, we got some green candles, though. Making another attempt at it. Anyone got any good suggestions for a good future crypto investment? Have you heard about Peak? P-E-A-Q. Look at that, just dipped below 50 cents today. That was our support, was 50 cents. And we've dipped below it today. Look at this one, all the way down to 48.9. That could have been the bottom there for Peak. Peak. If you're interested in Peak, it's trading on crypto.com. If you want to invest in any in that, I have a link in the description below where you can download crypto.com and you get $100 worth of freebies if you use my link. You got to do certain things like trade a certain amount, invest a certain amount, but they'll give you all the details when you install it. So use my link, crypto.com. They've got a lot of other low market cap tokens that you can buy on crypto.com that you can't get on Coinbase and Robinhood. So I bought some of those too, but Peak is there because Peak is not on Coinbase. Peak is not even on Binance yet. If Peak gets listed on Binance, up. So we wait on Peak. Do your research. You can go on to CoinMarketCap and you can do a search and you can look at Peak. Again, this is not a meme token. It's an actual real world asset DPIN project that just started in mid-November. Brand new. It's got a great website. So you can look them up, everything that who they're partnering with, what they're doing, who's investing, who's building on Peak already. So a lot of people here have done that. Oh, we already had our 8-ball question for today, Demon. And no, H-bar isn't going to reach XRP's price. I can tell you that. Over $2 is way too high of a stretch for H-bar, in my opinion. Well, Mick Gorilla, that's what we're going to be watching next week is the run-up price. Initially, I was targeting something in the 50s, but right now, with being in the low 30s now, it may be tough for Doge to get up to the 50s. But we will be watching it. Victor's late. Yeah, we're watching that, Adam. Can Doge hold 32 and move up higher? Kevin's been sleeping bad since Powell in December dumped the market right before Christmas. It's like, yeah, Merry Christmas, Jerome Powell. Thank you for your wonderful gift. No, crypto gambling sites are absolutely not the way to get people into crypto. No. I mean, it's just like DraftKings, right? With sports. More times you're going to lose than win. And that's not good for adoption. By the year 2030, cash only or no cash, only digital. Got it. Yeah, cash will slowly be going away. This dollar bill that I keep using as a reference here will be like a dinosaur. It's like, wow, you still have a dollar bill? Thank you, Victor. Everyone, don't forget to subscribe. Appreciate it. Give a like as well to the stream. Michael Jackson, can you just talk about crypto, please? I mean, ridiculous. Come on. Thanks for the super chat there, Mike. Department of Government Efficiency. It starts on January 20th. And that can be awesome. What's Elon and Vivek going to do? Where are they going to start? They've recruited a lot of people to work with them. I know that. They're going to start digging in. I know, Jason. Manipulation City. Trump and Elon should buy the UK. Let's just take over the UK too while we're at it. We'll get Greenland and then we'll just go for the UK. Think of all the migrants they got to deport out of the UK. The next takeout number for Bitcoin is 89.9. 89.9. Saw it on the heat map. So on Pepe, we've been talking about this for the past couple days. And I think on Pepe, because it went on this huge run in 2024, in 2025, you're not going to see those same percentage gains. And that if you're looking to make money in 2025, there's a lot better places to put your money than Pepe, buying right now, because the price is already inflated. Now it has come down, but everything has come down now. It's like 17 now or something. Yeah. 17. So just take that for what, I mean, if you're buying now, you're late to the Pepe game, but it's a nice dip and you'll be able to get some, but just don't expect like huge 100x gains or something. They could pump salt water out of the ocean. But that takes money. And LA and California didn't want to spend the money doing that. And no water for fighting the fires. It's pretty sad. I don't know why they shut down the stock market today, too. I mean, yeah, there's a former president that they were having service for, but do they really need to shut down the stock exchanges? Yeah. A lot of people see 50-cent Doge, March to May, some mid-April. For the people who managed to finally sell at $1, you guys rock. A lot of us won't be in it, though. We've already taken profits. Now, I'm not going to sell all my Dogecoin, but I'll sell probably half. We'll see where we go with how Doge is moving and how the rest of the crypto market is moving. Didn't expect peak to go back down to 50 cents. Great buying opportunity. But then again, the whole market is having a big dip. Wouldn't surprise me, Dorothy says, if it just didn't go up from here. And Powell's going to be back the last week of January is the next FOMC meeting. And our buddy Jerome will be back. Hawkish, probably. Need more data. Yep. I started with holding all the same chunk of Doge from early 2021. I sold some of it at 42 cents. I've got my next chunk ready to sell, but not down at this price. Yeah, somebody asked earlier Algorand, and I didn't get back to it. So I apologize whoever asked for Algorand early. So Matava, I don't think it's going to hit all-time high. There were way too many tokens back then. So what you can do is like Algorand's at 34 cents. We can go to crypto market cap. You can scroll down to Algo. I don't even know what number Algo is. There it is, number 45. And what we can do when we load is we see the overall price. So we see that this price line, and we just click on all. And it will show that Algo started at like $3 back in 2019. So if you disregard that, because that was on the launch, and let's just talk about the 2021 high coming up to, yeah, probably around $2.20. So you're like, okay, can Algorand get to $2.20? Well, there's also, instead of this line being the price, you can have the line be market cap. And watch what happens when I click market cap. Completely different. See how it tails off at the beginning? There's no big spike anymore. Totally different. So now the total, the highest point is $13 billion for Algorand, but it's never going to get up there. It's never going to get up there. I think. Well, at least not this cycle. Maybe in the future it could, but right now it's at just a little over 2 billion. So we'd have to do a 6x to get up there. Right. So the inflation between Algorand and Dogecoin over the past 3 years, Dogecoin's annual inflation is like 1.9%. Algorand its inflation was over 100% annual. Over 100% annual. Algorand inflated. And that's kind of why its price got so beaten down at the end of 2021, because all these token unlocks that were happening inflated the number of actual tokens in circulation. They're now up to 8 billion, but they only had like 4 billion back here. And so they inflated, adding billions of tokens. Dogecoin doesn't work like that. Nothing nowhere close. So that's what happened to Algorand. But now their circulating supply is up to 8.35, getting closer to their max supply of 10. billion. But this was all just into super inflation of their tokens. Boom. Buy more BOEM and reduce my average. If I had more money, but I've got everything in, so I'm just holding the BOEM that I have, hoping at least it gets back to a penny, maybe higher. But yeah, it got crushed pretty bad. Yeah, Bitcoin's dip 4.4%. That's like nothing. It looks bad when you're zoomed in, but you think the market's going to grab most of the liquidity? If we see Bitcoin go down to 90 and hit 89.9, that's what it'll be doing. Yeah, despite what Jerome Powell says, we could have crypto maybe doesn't care because of the Trump administration being pro-crypto. Jerome Powell will do his thing, he'll say his thing, and crypto will just be going up regardless. Yeah, there's still a lot of volatility, though, in people trading. And if Jerome Powell says something about he doubts there'll be any rate cuts in 2025, make some comment like that, Bitcoin would go down too. You live in Birmingham? You can go a whole day without seeing another English person in certain areas. Isn't that sad, Sam? Isn't that sad? And the people who want the votes turn a blind eye to that. Because if they're pro-immigrant, they'll get all those votes. It's just the way it is, unfortunately. Something's got to change. I agree. Because then what happens is, right, everybody like you start leaving. You just start leaving the country. There's no hope. And that's pretty tough. Nothing about the government is done by accident. Shaking us out, huh? Yes, DJ. 2017 was a completely different bull market than this. This is like 4 or 5% bull market or Bitcoin pullback. 2017, we showed they got 30 and 40% pullbacks. It was huge. Yeah, that whole thing about saving fish, not directing the water to LA County, pretty bad. Yes, I heard that too. The most popular name for newborn sons is now Muhammad in the UK. I don't know what Dusty is. A meme coin versus a normal coin? Well, pretty much is there utility, or is it just like a Pepe token that doesn't do anything and is just based on a meme? That's the basic difference. There's a lot of stuff in between that's kind of gray, but the Algorand business plan is excellent, DJ. They've got a great blockchain. They've got a great product. They had terrible marketing after the last cycle, and those token unlocks just beat the thing down to hell. So it was pretty depressing holding Algorand through that. That was pretty depressing. But it's a great blockchain. They've made some great commercials this year, or this past year. You can look those up. It's kind of fun. Starting to get into some like memes being built on algo a little bit. I don't think they need that, but that does get attention. some NFTs being minted on Algo, but it's a really fast, efficient blockchain. And they just changed their programming language to something that was more user-friendly. I guess it didn't used to be able to be easy to code on Algo, but I think now they're like Python or something. I don't follow all of that too closely, but I see the stuff on X. Our president announced his son Hunter's new California house is still standing. God, really? That's what he's talking about? Wow. Wow. $0.50. If it drops, Austin, if Megal drops back to 50 cents, not 59, all the way back to 50, then I'll buy back in for Megal and wait for it to go back up. Last time I bought at 48. And then I sold some at 75 and then some at $1.22 and then the rest at $1.60. Pre-market $1.60. And last I saw it's at like 74, 75 left over from yesterday. But it'll go back down. It always does. Megal. It's like free money. It's free money. I know, 11 days, Motavo. 11 more days. And still, like I said, there's this chance we may see, by the rumor, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 17th, 18th, and 19th, we could see crypto prices going up. And then maybe on the 20th, we see a sell the news and it dumps. But we'll be here. We'll be here to see it. Jasmine, for old time's sake. Sure, Raiden. What happened to that 4-cent Jasmine we wanted? It's still holding 3. It is still holding 3 cents. This doesn't look as bad. After the first dump, the next 2 did not go lower than the first one. Unlike Bitcoin, which went lower, and Dogecoin, which went lower. But Jasmine didn't. Jasmine did not go lower. Interesting. Interesting. Maybe something good brewing for Jasmine. We just need it all to go up now. It's no deaths for UK boys. I don't know. Somebody posted on X. It was mine. I mean, obviously, if somebody posted on X, right, it's got to be true. But Noah makes sense. If Doge tops at $1, it's only 40% above its previous all-time high. Yeah, but that all-time high in 2021 was such overhyped. I wouldn't call that a real price. It was totally overhyped. Yeah, that whole NFT thing. Bitcoin going up from here. We hit the bottom. Yeah, wedges can be broken, though. We've seen that. Wedges can be broken. It happens. But yeah, if you want to draw a wedge line, we can do it. Yeah, maybe we take that one, right? Not even. Actually, it's not really broken because we had that up there. Not really a clean line for Bitcoin. Not really clean lines. And I'm drawing it on Dogecoin, of course. It's the same for Bitcoin. It's actually more of a channel, but except that dip is just bigger. More of a channel. Not a great, not really a clean chart here. But we'll follow that. Dorothy, think we're going over 40 in this run? It'd be a start. 40 would be a start. Yeah, let me tell you something about NFTs. I just don't like the art. I think it's just stupid. Take an animal, make it cartoony, and then you just start swapping out different like hats and other pieces of clothing and different colors and different, it's just like so dumb. Yeah, DJ, we don't need to talk about the Hawktua girl. Yeah, Aptos is a good project, but Pengu, I don't follow that, Kumar. It's not into that. Aptos, 864, also did the 3-dip thing. Very similar. Oh, for England, not the UK. That could be the difference in the names. Overall UK versus just England might be. Yeah. Are we still going to see? Were we ever going to see $1? I wasn't predicting $1 in the next 2 months. If you saw my Dogecoin price prediction video, I did not have $1 in the next 2 months. Salty God says, Muhammad has become the most popular name for baby boys in England and Wales, overtaking Noah. Interesting. Wedges are the most unreliable patterns. Yeah. They get broken all the time. I think we will see that rotation, Bitcoin into altcoins, but not yet. Hasn't happened yet. Steve's buying the dip. Mutavo has the last question. Do I prefer H-bar or algo? I actually think the Hedera hash graph kind of approach, although it's unique, I think Algorand is a better blockchain. That's what I think. Doesn't mean its price is going to outperform, but it's a better blockchain. At 7 p.m., we start a new day, and everything goes parabolic. Okay, Bruce. We'll watch that tonight. We will watch that tonight. I may be wrong, but don't we need Bitcoin to fall? No, Bitcoin can go up, but alts can go up harder because institutions can keep buying their Bitcoin, but the retail can be trading out to altcoins, and altcoins can go higher. Ms. Pax is a research scientist, and she's very busy doing her research science work. So she typically doesn't get into side hustles and hobbies. She's like, it's just continuing her work because it's just it's never ending. She always has research grants and other funding that she needs to be applying for. So it's a nonstop effort for her. So that's what she does. Beat it. Just beat it. We talk politics when it comes to crypto, for the most part. For the most part. Every once in a while, we touch on something going on in the world, but every once in a while, there's something going on that needs to be mentioned, though, sure. And people were asking me my opinion of the migrant situation, and I told them. That's all. Jojo Bagalo, how are you? How long at this rate till you get your new house? The house will come when it comes. I mean, if a lower priced house showed up that meets our requirements, let's say, and we both love it, we could go for it. But based on where we've been looking and what we've been looking at, I need crypto prices up a little bit more. I need crypto prices back up. But you never know. When the right house shows up on the, you can only buy what's on the market. I mean, there's houses we like that aren't on the market. You just can't buy those. So you're kind of stuck with the houses that come on the market. Those are what your choices are. So we have to wait. We have to wait. Very good, Gilroy. Thank you. Very good. Cold in Boston, it sure is. No, all of our friends and family are here. So as much as I would love warmer weather, this is our home. And plus, except for some of the big heavy snowfalls we have in the wintertime, which we haven't had yet this year, but typically there's like 1 or 2 kind of blizzard-like conditions. The rest of the year is generally pretty tame. No hurricanes, no tornadoes, no fires. We don't have any of that. So it's a pretty safe place to live when it comes to like natural disasters. So there is that. I mean, people have been living in this area from the 1600s. So it's pretty safe when it comes to that. Like, if I want to move to Florida, right? I mean, then you're dodging hurricanes. It's like, I don't want to do that. And that's why, like, the insurance costs so much in Florida. But yeah, Dorothy, it's expensive. Yeah, it's very expensive here in Boston, but we've priced that in. I mean, I have a decent salary too. That's New England, Boston area salary, but it just means for the type of house we want, I need higher crypto prices. Yeah, I can't hold for another 4 years. Can't do it. We're doing it now. This has been our plan. Our 2-year plan. From early 2023 to 2025. Ride up this bull market and get a house. That's our plan. Because then, next bear market, fine, prices can go down, won't bother me. I'll buy more when it's down, but I'm living in a house where I have no mortgage. That's the big goal, is no mortgage. And then I just have, the general taxes and the price of living here in Boston, but the insane house prices, I mean, I will have a house, so all paid for. No, we want to make the deal and move in. I don't want to wait another year building a house and going through that. Even though I'm an architect and I could probably design a pretty decent house, I'm just like, no, I just want to move in. When do I get out? KB Dad says 600,000 coins at 17 cents. That's a decent portfolio. So again, you don't have to sell it all at once. And what's your goal and what's your plan? Do you eventually want to sell it all? Do you want to just sell some of it, keep some for longer term? There's a lot of things to think about there. And that's the kind of thing that I'll continue to be talking about, particularly over the next 3 months. And I had this plan, like first 100 days of 2025 and what my plan was. And I made a video about that. And so that's going to take us to like the middle of April. Arthur Hayes says you should get it done by the end of March because he thinks something's going to happen. So there's that to think about. Michigan, not too warm right now. Yeah, springtime. We're all waiting for springtime. Yeah. Watch us get some great news tomorrow. Into next week, send us back up. Wall Street's pricing in the worst case scenario for jobs, even though those numbers are probably fake. St. Clair moved to Florida in 2022, 3 hurricanes. Yeah. No. All our friends and family are here, so we're here. I like visiting Florida, and I usually do that like April, May timeframe. There's no hurricanes then. It's a good time to visit. Come to Texas, build a mansion. Acres of land, I could do that. We have a friend of ours who lives in Houston, and she's like, you come to Houston, you'll have a huge house. Mortgage sounds similar to morgue. Scott, you've always got the best comments. I like that. DJ already has no mortgage. That's our goal. Over the years, I got rid of the credit card debt, finally paid off the car, had my college loans paid off quite a while ago, but I still had the mortgage. And we had a decent house, and it was just a big mortgage. And so we were still going month to month and not getting anywhere. And that's tough. You just keep living month to month because you've got that big mortgage. So we're getting out of that. I mean, my side businesses have helped me definitely pay off the credit card debt and get me on the right side of things. So there we go. What would a super cycle look like, Aussie? So that let's look at Bitcoin and go to the weekly view of Bitcoin. Essentially, what would happen by the end of 2025, you would expect Bitcoin maybe to trade, I want to change that to white. You would expect Bitcoin maybe to trade here through the year, and come up to a new all-time high, maybe have a double top, like we were saying before. But then you've got 2 choices there at that point. You've got one choice, which would be the red one. Actually, I want to go back to this and do this. Wait. There we go. So we would typically see, starting in 2026, bear market. And let's say it goes down to, say, 76,000 in the bear market. Right? That's what you would see. Then, in a super cycle, instead of that happening, instead of that, you would see something that might just stay above 100 and just keep trading because you still have all these institutions buying. Bitcoin strategic reserve, all of that stuff. So price would stay up here instead of dropping like that. 30K might be more realistic, so but I'm guessing that Bitcoin's going to go to like 180. I didn't draw it up that high, but I'm guessing Bitcoin would go up to 180 and then maybe lose a little over half of its value in a bear market. So 76. If this was the high of Bitcoin at 108 and it doesn't go any higher, yeah, bear market could easily go to 30K. 30, 40K would probably be something like that. But I still am bullish on Bitcoin this cycle going to 180. So that would be the difference price-wise between like a super cycle or extended cycle. Just means it keeps trading up because you've got a lot of buying still happening for all of these strategic reserves, MicroStrategy. And again, the number of coins available on exchanges keeps getting lower and lower, more scarcity of Bitcoin. That's the conversation around why there might be a super cycle or extended cycle. It's tied in with that kind of thinking. So that's what that's about. And we could see that. There's no reason it would have to be a big drop for bear market for Bitcoin because of scarcity. So yeah, we'll see how that plays out. KB Dad, thank you for the super chat, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it so much. Thanks a lot. We try and keep it real here on this channel. Every once in a while, I go off the rails a little bit. And maybe I'm a little too optimistic at times. But then, like many others, I wasn't expecting as big of a pullback on the second week. Wasn't quite expecting that. It's almost a bearish engulfing on the weekly here. We don't want to see that. That would be below 31. Don't want to see that on the weekly. But on the monthly chart, still in the green. Still in the green. You don't have a mortgage, Ryan? I can't wait. I canceled my credit card debt and college loans are paid too. Yeah, that credit card debt is terrible. So much money. You have the same plan, Dorothy? No mortgage and mild weather, sick of the winters. Yeah, I'm kind of sick of them too, but I'm going to be traveling. Getting close to retiring, going to travel. But this will be our home base. But yeah, January and February, like after the new year, I won't be in Boston. I will not be in Boston from like second week of January till at least late March. I will not be here. That's the plan. Hey, Jason, laboratories. I am a laboratory specialist. High-end, very complicated labs of all types. I got there actually through hospitality work. I worked on the Venetian in Las Vegas. That was like one of my biggest projects I was involved with. Very complicated, large scale projects. And that's been most of my career. On Doge, I would say to save 10% because you don't know what's going to happen with X payments. Exactly, Huckleberry. And that's why I keep saying to people, it's not an all or nothing thing. If you're talking about selling Doge, you don't have to sell it all. Sell 75% of it and just keep 25% of it just in case, because you don't know what's going to happen with Doge. Because knowing a lot of people's luck, right? The way their mind works, right? They're going to sell it all. And then a week later, it's going to just moon because Elon did something. And then you're out. Then you're out of the game. I don't want to do that. Need to purchase a hotel? No, I'm not getting into the hotel business at all. Been worried the Biden admin has been lying about the job numbers and it's going to get dumped on Trump. Yes, it is. There's no way that the real numbers during the Trump administration, at least the first year, are going to look good because they're all going to be compared to Biden's fake numbers from the year before. And everyone on the Democrat side saying, look, Trump is terrible. Look what he's doing to the economy. And they'll just keep playing that narrative. Yep. Freedom from institutions. That is my goal. Yes, I still have to pay property tax and I should have like insurance on the house. So I will do that. Oh, that's right. You don't even have a house, right? No wonder you don't have a mortgage. Got it. Yeah, that's what I thought, being paid off. So it depends on where in Boston, Judabagalo. A 2,600 square foot house can cost anywhere from, let's say, $800,000 to $2 million, or even more, depending on what part of Boston you're talking. Big ranges. 8.5 cent Dogecoin, Miko. Very nice. Very nice. Mortgage, credit card debt. I know, but that's the American way. That's what they all say, right? You go to college, you're in debt, right? You get married. Somehow you scrape enough money to buy a house with a mortgage, have kids. You never have a chance to get ahead financially. You never have a chance. They encourage you to spend, right? So you get the big TVs and all that. Of course, they don't cost as much as they used to, but that's the whole thing, right? So you're just living paycheck to paycheck, working. You never get ahead. I always pay with credit cards as much as I can, and I pay them off every month, and I get the reward points, and I cash those in. Why not? It's free money. Take it. As long as you pay that card off every month. Long position order size, 30,000 XRP. I keep adding more XRP to lower the liquidation margin. Currently on $1.93. So I can't tell you whether it's safe or not because we don't know what's going to happen. There could be a huge dump in the market and it could wipe you out. So I don't do leverage trading. I just say good luck to you. It seems like you're in a decent place here, but I don't support leverage trading. XRP is now at $2.28. It actually was lower this morning, 223, but your $1.93 is probably okay. Yeah. Yes, the interest rate they charge. And then many credit cards not only charge you the interest rate, but then they also charge you a fee. And so there'll be a fixed fee that's stuck in there too that you have to pay every month. You don't pay it off. And sometimes there's two different fees depending on whether you at least pay the minimum or not. If you don't pay the minimum, then you get the bigger fee. So that's why you pay it off. Exactly. But some people just don't get that, or they're not rigorous enough to make sure that they pay it every month. You have to build it into your monthly work schedule, whatever you need to do. Like put a monthly notification on your calendar app or something, right? Just to remind you, like on the 29th every month, pay credit card off. Right. Yeah, Bhutan has made Bitcoin an official reserve. Yes. Why not? Strategic reserve has not been confirmed. Trump is a shill that just wanted votes. So you don't think actually going to do it? You know, people change. So you got to, people change. Again, the only reason he was saying that before was because he's a fan of the US dollar. And in his mind, Bitcoin was a currency that was competing against the dollar. 4 years later, he's talked to enough people, he knows the difference. So you can change your mind. You can change your mind. Dennis, you've got a mortgage. House is more than 150% worth or more worth than the mortgage. You can deduct the mortgage interest from your income taxes. Yeah, you can do the same here too in the United States. But overall, it ends up not being a huge deduct. And you're still paying that mortgage. That's what I want to get out of. Yeah, they're typically 30 years here, but you can accelerate your payments and still have your interest deducted. Keeping it real, the best we can do here. Debt-free 2025. That's my goal. Crazy is just collecting houses. Collecting houses. Come on, Doge. Don't fall back down again. You can see this pattern, right? Broop, broop, broop. Do not want to see that. In the US, you need credit cards. Correct. Debit cards, you don't get cashback rewards. Credit cards, you do. So if you're really rigorous and good about paying it off every month, you actually make money off the deal. And that's what I do. Stagflation in 2025? That could happen. I mean, there's a lot to think about. You know, March and April, again, this 100-day theory that I have of taking most of your crypto gains that you want for this cycle and have it done by April. Because then all of the real economic numbers are going to be coming out. We'll be getting into May timeframe and the whole adage again of sell in May, go away. I think that's all going to hit. Bathrooms. Bathrooms. Okay. Dealing with corporations. Annoying. Trump will fix everything. Not really, but he talks a big game. And I think he knows a little bit more about how Washington works this time. And I think he's got a better team with him in the White House that's going to get things done. I think he had a big challenge last time. He was having his daughter and son-in-law do a lot of heavy work, and they'd never been in Washington before. I know, in Washington or in Michigan, I could buy a nice big house. I know. That's how it goes in Boston. I have not heard a confirmation of the US government actually selling Bitcoin. The news was the DOJ had allowed it to happen. But whether they actually sold or not, I don't know. Sell now. I think we still have a couple months. Yeah, my whole story will come out. It'll come out. I came in contact for Doge when it was available, 100 euro per 1 million Doge. I still regret not buying a couple billions. Yeah, but then for some reason you didn't make the purchase at that time. Tough having regrets. You don't want to have regrets, right? You just have to put that aside as best you can. Doge is not decoupled from Bitcoin. I mean, look at the chart today. There's Doge and there's Bitcoin. It's the same, not decoupled. Dogecoin can decouple. But as I said earlier, when Bitcoin goes down, Doge goes down at a greater percentage. Bitcoin's down 3%. Doge is down 6%. Even though the diagram looks exactly the same, Doge's was a bigger drop. But when prices go up, Dogecoin outperforms Bitcoin. That's the difference. All right, just a couple more questions and I got to go. Got to make dinner. We thawed the leftover ham from Christmas. Finally, we're going to dig back into that ham for the next couple days. Finish it off. So, BTC getting ready to dump. Jason, yeah, we looked at the liquidation chart again, and we identified sort of the last big remaining leverage is down here at 90K, maybe one more dip to like 89.8, like 89.8. So that looks like, oh, let me get this out of the way. So that looks like 89.8 would be the lowest target there for the liquidations. So again, a lot of liquidations here, 90.8, 90.6, and then kind of fanning out. And that last line here is like 89.8. And these are, again, these are liquidations that are within this 2-week time period. Much lower, there are long ones that go, months long that people have held open. But that's kind of out of reach at this point. And that's not what they're targeting. It's these shorter term ones that are millions of dollars. So that's what that looks like. Okay, that's what we have today. Hey, Thursday evening, we got Friday morning jobs report. And then I'll be live again Friday afternoon. Have another live stream, so join in the afternoon, probably starting around 3 o'clock, a little bit earlier on a Friday. And then going into the weekend, we'll see how things look. So I hope everyone has a great evening. I'll see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.